Our last video, we're going to show you a couple hints, a couple tools to make your resume better. One, let's talk about keywords, or some people call them power words. Those are words that resume engines look for when they're looking through resumes. So you want to make sure they're in your resume. This kind of comes from what's called SEO, or search engine optimization. That's how search engines look at websites, and they look for the words that customers are typing in. Not necessarily the words that companies use, but what customers are typing in. The example I always use is if I was talking about summer footwear, I wouldn't want to use the word thongs. One, because people would giggle, but two, the words that people use now is flip-flops. So that's why the words I want on my website. Same thing with your resume. You want to get specific with your resume. So let's look at this one here. Let's look at Daryl's skills. And he talks about consumer devices. Well, what is that? Are we talking tablets? Are we talking phones? If I'm putting this resume to a phone company, I want to make sure I'm talking about phones. I might even want to put the manufacturer of the phones that I know, because their websites are probably built around looking at the competition, looking at those manufacturers. Another one here is monthly reports. That just happens to be what we call our reports here. But what are people looking for? There could be analytics. It could be online metrics. What are those things that the company is looking for? Get specific there. That's where those power user words get updated all the time. You want to check them out on those resume sites and add them to your resume. A little more subtle with words. Sometimes you're just typing, you realize you're using the same word or the same adjective over and over again. For example, here I have increased twice. So let's change that. If I right-click, on my right-click menu, I get something here called synonyms. And I mouse over that, and I can quickly find the word improved. So I'll just put that there. Let's do that again. Down here, I have expanded twice. If I right-click on one, go to synonyms. Now, there's not really a good synonym here that I want to use, but I can click on thesaurus, and that opens up the thesaurus on the right-hand side. I can just keep clicking on words and drill down to find the right word. But yeah, see, it's adjectives that they have here, and I want the verb. So I'm going to put the word grew and insert the word there. So that's a quick way to change some words just so it reads a little better on your resume. A couple other things. Most people don't use cover letters now. It's kind of old-fashioned. In those engines that you insert your resumes to, there is a section of cover letter. That's really important text to put in, because you can show off your skill as a writer. You can talk about things that aren't yourself necessarily. Maybe you want to talk about trends you see in the industry or testimonials. If you need a paper cover letter, you may want to look at a template, because it's important. I'll show you why. Let me go to New, and I'll search for resume cover letter. And it brings some up. One thing that hasn't changed with the old paper cover letter is you need this very formal formatting. Your name at the top, the date, the recipient's name, make sure it's not to whom it may concern, make sure you get a name. But if you're not used to writing this format, and I know I haven't written in this format in a while, you want to make sure you use a template to get this formal structure down when you're doing a paper cover letter. Also, if you want formatting for a reference sheet, if you need a little help, we will have templates for that too. So make sure you bring copies of your paper resume to your interview, and follow up your interview with a thank you note or thank you card to your key contact. And good luck on getting that new position.